back, there was not logistic department in commerce department. Now we have a logistic. We hope in future there will be the logistic and packaging department. Because when we talk about the overall volume and market of the packaging industry, the today's scenario after the post-pandemic, the packaging has touched more than 74.5 billion US dollar business for the country. When we talk about the geographical distribution of the packaging industry, the Asia Pacific country having more than 38 to 40% share. The growth rate of the Asian Pacific countries is around 4 to 5%. International growth, annual growth of the packaging industry is around 3.2, 2.8 to 3.2%. So we are far behind of the growth rate in terms of the packaging industry. When we talk about the sectorial of the industry, packaging is coming in the fourth sectorial industry. So all we are related directly, indirectly with the packaging industry. We are happy to say, and we feel pleasure to say that this industry is a sunshine industry. Each and every community is required packaging. Without packaging, no business is possible, whether the domestic market or international market. Whether it is the food industry, pharmaceutical industry, whether the chemical industry, whatever, and of course the booming of the e-commerce, we cannot imagine that it is not possible without the packaging. Initially, when we have seen when initial time of this e-commerce business, the packaging was over packaging. E-commerce, 3-layer packaging, too much packaging was there. Slowly, this e-commerce platform, they have optimized the packaging, and thanks to the Indian Institute of Packaging and alumni of the packaging, Indian Institute of Packaging, those who are working in different e-platform, they are attached with the e-platform houses, they have played an important role, including IP. How the tough time for you, and what was the tough time for Indian Institute of Packaging? Being head of the Indian Institute of Packaging, what during this pandemic, what are the things we have done for the industry? Now you can online apply your UN certification for dangerous goods, and even you can track your sample is being received and what is the status. And are you happy? Or you agree? And I hope there is always a scope for the improvement. This was the first step what we have taken before onset of this pandemic. Pandemic was in what we can say in a peak in the month of March 2020, is it? And we have implemented 15 March before, thanks God. Now, earlier turnaround time, or you agree with me, it was almost 15 to 20 days. बताइए साहब, is it? अब कितना दिन में सर्टिफिकेट आपके हाथों मिल जाता है, आपको तो SMS भी जाने लगा. What do you want to say? This was the small step. We want to share what we have done during this lockdown and how we help to the industry. Trust is important. The brand we have for last 56 years we have created Indian Institute of Packaging. Again, more expectation from the person who is holding the position, driving seat. He has more expectation. The third important was that what are the innovative courses? Another activities we had, education, training part. I'm happy to share during this lockdown, we have started 2 innovative courses recognized by the UGC. One is MS course, first time, and MSc course, first time in India we have introduced in the country, and successful second year it is going on. Now we hope in coming days we will start some undergraduate course from another year, next academic year. Not only this, under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav mission of Government of India, just this year we have concluded 75 years of independence. We have reached out all 36 states, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Leh to Ladakh. Our officers visited each and every state, and almost every state and union territory we have conducted during this lockdown. At least in a, what we can say, restricted mode, we have reached out to the industry clusters and organized the specific product specific conferences under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And I'm happy to share that all 36 states under union territory, each and every state representative is one nodal officer for Indian Institute of Packaging. That was not earlier there. And apart from this, you know, another mission of our Honorable Prime Minister is that how to India to become a hub for why. That assignment has also we have taken. We have developed some packaging design specification for toys. We have also worked, developed a design for the travel products, honey, and other. These are the few things we have also done in terms of the third important activity is that research and development and all. Without taking too much time, I thought these are the few things I should share before you, because we are now, after a long year, we have this interaction. And most important is that Indian Institute of Packaging, you know, government is also having different reorganization mode, and how the one umbrella, lot of fragmented organization should put together so that there should not be replication to reuse the maximum resources. That work is also government is doing on their own level. But meanwhile, we have also submitted a proposal to the Parliament is to make our institute of national importance. So we hope in coming days it will be the big achievement. Those who are associated in the Institute of Packaging, those who are regular customer of Indian Institute, they will feel proud once this institute becomes Institute of National Importance. Once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you, all the participants, supporters, support partners, delegates, speakers, and of course my colleague and support staff. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Now I request our special invitee, Chief Manager, Indian Container Depot, New Delhi, Mr. Bhuvneshwar Dwivedi, for his address. Sir.
For having made themselves available for this conference and providing their valuable inputs in various forms possible. This conference, which has been organized by Indian Institute of Packaging, a premier body for last 56 years for training, hand-holding, guiding the industry, talking about the importance of packaging. This conference has been organized by the IIP on a very short notice, and I am thankful to the team IIP, Dr. Alam, Dr. Chakravarti for having invited me here. Dr. Alam has already set the agenda for the day. He has talked about the importance of packaging, and we all know, we all are in certain ways aware of its importance. That is why we have taken out time for making ourselves available for the day and to talk about the topic in detail throughout the day. I hail from a PSU, Central Warehousing Corporation, and we have our export-import facilities across the country. In certain ways, IIP and Central Warehousing Corporation came into being within a span of 5 years. Maybe that was the time when the country, that was the time when we were the country was stabilizing, the importance of economy, importance of departments and institutions that will help the economic grow was thought about by the government and steps were taken towards it. So IIP, which has been there to talk about, because packaging, I want to be wrong to say that till recently when we talk about packaging there is a feeling that this is an expensive commodity, like the luxurious talk. Even the talk is luxurious, because when we have various other restrictions, when we have limitations of money, so at that time talking about packaging was like talking about luxury. But now times have changed, as now there is whole lot of transaction of goods across borders and within the borders, so people have realized about the importance of packaging. Though today specifically we will be talking about packaging and handling of dangerous goods. So packaging makes for a very elementary factor when we think of transporting of commodities from a place to another. Like we as a government body have been dealing with food grains, and we know how important handling is, because at various forums you might have heard about wastage because of poor packaging and handling. So I tell you, like frankly, today in 2022 we are still talking about means how can we contain that wastage which handles because of poor handling, because of poor gunny bags in which the grains are stored. So even till date we have not been able to come up with a solution which will cater to the needs of this country, in the sense that grain is still handled by laborers. So we cannot ask them we cannot, when you are handling say 5,000 tons of grain, you cannot expect the two laborers to go down and pick a baggage. So that is the importance of packaging. Though handling of food grains is not important at this platform, but it makes for very basic contributor for this overall development. And thankfully from there on till date the entire industry has been revolutionized, as Dr. Alam has said, and in succession they are holding seminars for sensitizing the trade on the topic. I would like to conclude by thanking IIP once again for having invited me here, for having arranged this training session for this conference seminar when we all will be sharing our views and opinions. And thanks everyone.
Thank you, very good. Thank you.
I also invite the representative of Ram Packaging and Yes Packaging.
Please come forward to the speech.
So we now will be with Tanvir Alamji to give his talk on the introduction to dangerous goods and selection of packaging materials.
We converted this whole hostel premises into the hospital. So that was the services, and Mumbai Municipal Corporation, they have also honored Indian Sugar Packaging. Okay, in the tough times we have a stand for the nation. I hope all you know the one line I would like to say, the basic objective and mandate of Indian Sugar Packaging is to promote the export business, and export, when we talk about the packaging, is an important part. And of course with our different activities, certification, testing, consultancy, research and training and educations. So these are the, by different activity we give the services to the packaging, and in one word I can say it is the A to Z solution we provide to the packaging. Next. So those all centers now, history is now you know. I want to just make it historical way. Indian Institute of Packaging established in the year of 1966. 14th May is the foundation day. The headquarters is Mumbai. And 71 Chennai, 1976 Kolkata, and 1986 is Delhi, 2006 Hyderabad, and 2017 Ahmedabad. It is not the end. What the next? बताइए आप लोग कोई गेस करेंगे हमारे एम्प्लॉय छोड़ करके कि और नए सेंटर कौन नेक्स्ट है? कोई बता दिए गेस? अहमदाबाद तो आ गया 2017 में बना। आपको बता है पैंडेमिक में हम लोगों ने एक नया सेंटर खोला विशाखापट्टनम में 2011 नवंबर 30 को हम लोगों ने ओपन कर दिया। अब बेंगलुरु सेंटर अब फाइनली 1 महीने के अंदर वी आर गोइंग टू इनॉग्रेट। ब्यूटीफुल बिल्डिंग बना है हम लोग को 4 एकड़ लैंड में हम लोगों को बन रहा है। तो ये सब इसलिए मैं एक थोड़ा विजुअल दे दूँ आप लोगों को, इतने दिनों बाद मिले हैं तो वी गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी। नेक्स्ट ये एक्टिविटी है, समझते ही है A to Z सॉल्यूशन क्यों बोलते हैं पैकेजिंग इंडस्ट्री का, रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट, ट्रेनिंग, एजुकेशन, एग्जीबिशन एंड कॉन्फ्रेंसेस। तो इसलिए कॉन्फ्रेंस तो कराई है। 18 मार्च को हम लोग एशिया पैकेजिंग कांग्रेस करने जा रहे हैं। तो भाई एक्टिविटी होनी चाहिए ना। तो आवर गवर्नमेंट इज वेरी मच फोकस कि हाउ वी हैव टू मेक फ्रेंडली विथ आवर नेबरिंग कंट्रीज। तो एशिया में हम लोग लीड लेना है, चाइना को कैसे बीट करेंगे। तो ये कोशिश है पैकेजिंग का। और एक हैप्पी बात है कि अगले महीने से एक रेसिडेंशियल ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम दिल्ली में हम लोग करने जा रहे हैं। भूटान की लगभग 25 डेलीगेट्स आ रहे हैं 15 दिन के लिए। आपकी इंडस्ट्री भी विजिट करेंगे। आप लोग बताइए कौन कौन चाहते हो कि हम विजिट करें आपकी इंडस्ट्री को।
Next presenter, Madhav Chakrabarti ji, he is the Joint Director at IIP Delhi. He will be presenting on rules and regulation of UN certification. I invite Mr. Madhav Chakrabarti ji.
कोई भी प्रोडक्ट जाते हैं तो साथ में पैकेजिंग भी जाता है, मानते हैं कि नहीं? तो बिजनेस में सब लोग ही भागीदार हैं। You are producing DG, you are handling DG, you are storing DG, you are putting in the cargo. It's going either by ship or by air to different countries. एक टाइम था, there is a time different countries are having different laws. Some of the DGs, some countries are accepting, and other countries are not accepting. There is a time some people are saying in certain packaging material में certain products are acceptable, others are saying no. Huge confusion. Many times accident happen, gas leakage, Bhopal gas leakage, you know that episode is happening in India. In the factory, they failed to protect gas inside the country. Due to that, so many people died. Fact is that when your DG is carried, your DG is going by air, ship, is smallest event, smallest accident or leakage or damage or fire or exploding happened, what could happen? Not only that, your packages, but also entire ship, entire crews and people not in the ship. If it is happening by air, that could also happen. Risk, huge risk is there. So that is why United Nations, as Dr. Alam has said, decided that we have some unified rule, and that rule says that if you are handling DG, you should be knowledgeable person, certified person first of all. If you are doing packaging, your packaging should be approved, and that should be through the authorized people by UN, and you are also giving assurance by writing that you will be maintaining the all quality which has been submitted for testing while doing exports. if you are doing so, because we are depending on the all exporters and manufacturers, then you are protected, your materials are protected, your sheep is protected, your air is protected, your country is protected, your money is protected. If so, what are the process? How to proceed? Today's event, this conference is focused for that. We are here for that purpose to discuss. I welcome all of you, especially those who are exporters and manufacturers of the packaging materials. You know many things, but today is a forum to discuss the critical issues, critical things. Why IIP is at pivotal point doing testing, what the testing process are being followed, are we doing ourselves whatever things we are doing, or we are guided by something? What are the guidelines? What are the international norms says? Our signature going all over the world, our certificate going all over the world. It is not going as such. This is being recognized, recommended, and your material is going with our certificate. You should be proud of that. So, your involvement, making the quality perfect, helping the industry growth as well as country's growth. Testing WD is doing, but this DG packaging testing is a very special kind of testing. And many people are having confusion, knowingly, unknowingly, we want to clear it. We are not the top person to restrict. We want risk should be removed, that's it. I have seen people are making boxes in the fast row. These people are setting very strong box, never fail. But I have seen the people are sending boxes. Even small, one drop it's failing. If it is failing here in one drop, what will happen when it is going to the port? Carried in the ship. We are here to protect them. That is why the discussion. That is why it's not only for making money. Money will come automatically if you are making the quality and getting the certificate well, and your export starts appreciating you. You'll get export order more. We have appreciated many companies. Yes, he is a good manufacturer, because I've seen people are making quality boxes, quality drums, quality containers. How to make your quality perfect? It is a testing. How to make the leveling? You should know. We are here to discuss those. Marking, labeling. We are not saying as such, we are not doing our own way. This is a guideline. Who is guiding us? What are the authorities? These are all written, I remembered this UN testing started long back. I am 35 years experienced person. I have seen the history of IIP. First of all, they have given training to all of us. You must be trained. And Air India was the organization, very tough examination they used to take it. If you first qualified, you are able to handle. Even if the DG, those who are producers, they have a certified people, you must be knowing that thing. In the airport also, who are handling, they are all certified people. Even pilot, they are also doing course. Those are taking the plane, and also crews, those are handling, especially in the shipping and containerization. I think Dividi Sab knows all the things. I especially invited Dividi Sab because he is in charge of this container depot here, ICD. The last month we had a very good seminar on logistics. That time also Dividi Sab came, and many other cargo handling people came. Thing is that this testing is not tough. Passing the testing is bit tough if you are not maintaining the quality. For maintaining the quality, you have to start with the raw materials. If your inputs raw materials are good, your packaging will be good. If your specification is as per requirement, it will pass. If you are not fitting the specification, for example, your volume requirement is something else, and you have to provide some head space for the vapor pressure to be created. You know, in DGs, they are having vapor pressure to be created. If you are not allowing sufficiently, it may start giving bulging. Talking the container, I am talking. Similarly, rigid boxes, I have seen that. I have seen, sir, in Indira Gandhi, that port, national port in Delhi. Imported boxes are not bulging. But Alali, he has taken me to the export consignment, just kept. He's waiting for going, started bulging. And he's saying, showing that, or not for DG, I'm talking the general. I'm talking the general. So, risk is there, and we must be able to protect our product. Definitely you will be able to, and that is why we must follow the all regulations. Regulations are basically guideline which is helping us to protect ourselves.
Exports will be triple by 2025 and it will reach to 1 trillion by the end of 2025. Also, when we are talking about the dangerous goods, the export market is near about approximately $100 billion. And the major contributors are the petrochemical products, which contributes near about 70%. And the rest is chemicals, organic chemicals, radioactive components, and the other products which comes into the miscellaneous like magnetized, anti-corrosives and all. So when we had seen in the market is the exporters normally struggle. So when they send the material from their location, from their manufacturing facility to the end customer who are sitting over there in the overseas, so they find some difficulties, some issues are there. So the key challenges when we are talking about this is the first one is the product damage. Second is they don't have any standardized packaging. The packaging, it's like the knowledge what their operators are having or some of the vendors who had guided them, or when it's like the traditional methods which are coming across from so many years. So they are doing the same practices currently and it is going on for a longer time. Also, most of the companies and the people who are sitting over there, they don't have the awareness about the packaging norms and what requirements are there for the export packaging. They don't have adequate infrastructures, and last, the freight cost is very high. Next. So when we are talking about the exports of the dangerous goods, so we come across some of the properties which are very difficult to pack. First is flammable product. Second, the products are poisonous. So any leakage, spillage can cause hazards to what Dr. Madhav has said, to humans, to environment, to plant, and also it also hampers the safety of the person who is handling that. And what the potential of the hazards are, it can harm, it can damage, and it can also give the hazards to the environment. So there is a need to classify, to pack, to mark, to label, and finally the documentation of all the things as per the category of the dangerous goods in which it falls. Normally what we had seen is the dangerous goods, it comes in the form of either powder, liquid. Liquid can be, it is a volatile liquid or a normal liquid, or you can say that a gel type of thing, and also sometimes in the gaseous form which is there inside the container, maybe in the form of a flammable things. So the packaging, what we handle normally in terms of the dangerous goods, so it is the corrugated boxes, bulk bags, whether it's a multi-wall paper sacks or also sometimes it's a fiber reinforced bags, or it's a multi-layer polywoven plus paper bags. So different types of bags are also there. Also drums, cans, jerry cans, and bottles. So what we had seen is there is a requirement of standardization of the packaging. As we have norms for sending the material, like UN certification is there, IMDG codes are there. So as per the similar requirements, so we should have some norms, some standardized practices which is to be followed when you have to send those dangerous material from India and you have to export it to different countries. And also you have to follow the norms of the destination country where you are sending the material. So when we are talking about the industry, so major concerns, why the industry is under this scrutiny and what is bothering the industry is, first is the human safety, as what we had seen that wherever there is a spillage, any dangerous good, if it is being handled, so you have to handle it very carefully, you have to pack it very carefully within the norms, you have to pack it so that any leakage, any spillage, so the liability in terms of human safety is very big. So you have to take care of all the things so that your practices or your packaging material has to be properly safe, and it will not hamper any hazard, or it will not give any impact to the person who are handling or using that product. Second is the product damage. So when we are seeing that using of any corrugated boxes, drums, cans, so what we had seen is if you keep it inside the containers, you pack it properly, still after some times when it reaches to the end destination, there are leakages, there are damages in the boxes, there are leakages in the drums. So all those things needs to be taken care. Also, when there is a damage, your packing is damaged, your product is exposed to the material. So one thing, you need to replace the material and you have to repack the material also. So that is also an extra cost. Again, if you see that you had sent some material from your factory to the port and it is ready to ship, and then during inspection it is found that there is some leakage, so you have to hold that. That results in delay in the deliveries and also high demurrage charges till the time your material is kept at the port. Also, when there is a delay, there is loss of goodwill and the customer dissatisfaction is also there. So when we are talking about why we are talking about all these norms, firstly is human safety. If the norms are there, we standardize our packaging according to this, then the chances of accidents are very less. Product safety, so that no extra cost in replacing the damaged goods. Good packing condition, that will eliminate the repacking cost. Timely deliveries, so no extra shipping cost, and customer satisfaction, that gives you the recurring business from the customer who are sitting overseas. And also what we had seen is worldwide near about 16.63% of the goods in the containers got damaged due to improper packing. And also we had seen that 70% of those losses can be prevented by providing the standardized or good packaging and securing of the cargoes in the container. Also 30% of the losses are due to the wave impact which comes during the sea shipping. Now, why people don't think much about the packaging and what standard packaging practices to be followed. So they think that we had packed something which is in a bulk, maybe 500 kg, 1 ton load is there in which is unitized. So it is very heavy. It will not move inside the container. Second thing, it is strong enough that any impact comes over it, it will not get damaged. Third thing, I'm doing it from so many years, nothing happens, so it will not happen in future as well. Last but not least, I had seen and been doing it from several years, and I know the best. So I don't need that someone will come and guide me that what needs to be done. So when we are talking about the impact on packaging, impact on the pack during transportation, so there are different impacts coming onto to the pack when it goes to inland transportation as well as when it goes to the sea shipping. First is, if you see, so whenever there is a break, so impact is coming, the product moves towards the front. When there is a braking in reverse, then also when there is a cornering, the truck or the vehicle is going on the hills, during the airflow, rough roads, all these gives an impact onto your pack when it is being kept inside any vehicle in the inland transportation.
Similar with Mr. Rajiv Kumar Agarwal. He is the CEO of Avon Packaging. He'll be delivering presentation on automatic line solution for bulk transportation.
It's a nice platform where we can talk about the packaging. And during the morning sessions, when we were discussing the kind of India evolvement, how the Modi government or India government is working towards beating the China. That is very interesting subject for me, because I studied about the China transformation of business from China to India during the COVID period. I utilized particularly that aspect. And business analytics I did it, and I found what kind of industries can be developed into India. When India we are developing, then automatically for the packaging, a big platform is created. And here I would like to appreciate once again to the IIP team the way they have presented to the government the importance of the packaging. This packaging is nothing like previously we talked about the Gatta factories. It is not the Gatta factories. We produce the product which carries the basic fundamental requirement of the safety. Whether this is DG goods, whether this is white goods, whether this is FMCG or electronic goods. Anything we talk about the product, this creates a brand image. This creates the safety of that product, which is the prime requirement of any packaging. The packaging can be transformed such a manner where the people can feel the packaging and they can see the kind of product it will be packed inside, because the first we don't see the product inside, first we see the packing, and that feeling if we transform it to the pupil behavior, people understanding, this will be deliverable, that will be very very high as far as the brand image is concerned and the product quality is about, because it is coming from first of the packaging. We see what kind of product it will be. If we are not using the good packaging, it may first impression will be not that good, even if the product is good, but the first vibe which will be coming to the customer mind, that will not be so happy. So well, considering, because these are not my thoughts, this is the organizational values for A1 Containers, where we talk about the quality first, where we talk about the service first, and based on those fundamentals, A1 has created 40 years of the history. 1979, the A1 Containers was established initially. And the way, again we were talking about the foreign exports. The kind of foreign export India will be doing, the 5 trillion economy we are talking about. And yes, if we have the trust in ourselves, I am sure, and we all of us must be sure and confident, yes, we can do it. This is what the feeling I have it, and once we will achieving that kind of landmarks, the total scenario of the India economy will get changed. So based on those fundamentals, I will be trying to share about the A1 Containers, what kind of facilities, what kind of infrastructure, what kind of thoughts we are having behind the overall A1.
It is a problem for most of the customers. They are not able to feel the packaging details. They are not able to feel the chemicals. They are not confused especially in case of packaging group and also in code of the packaging. So that is the issue. Another thing is that the people are not aware of the sub-chemicals. What is sub-chemicals? What is shipping name of the chemicals? That is the most important thing. Until unless you feel it properly, so we are not able to provide you certificate. So sometimes it is like that. Please open it. first step is that generally we have to send an email to IIP. We want UN certificate on the top, on the means on a packaging material like corrugated box or plastic drum or metal drum. So you have to give the details. If you are a new customer, then we will give you a link, user ID and password. In the link you have to click in the link, and then you have to you will have a form, and that form have to be filled up by you. Just you see it has been opened. So there are 4 things. One is booking, sample booking, then his status and password and help. In the booking terms you have to come. In the booking you have seen 2 things are there. In that case you have to put solid. Sometimes we put liquid materials inside corrugated box in a bottle. In that case you have to select solid only, because the solid and liquid form is like that. When the transport package is coming directly in contact with the liquid, in that case you have to put the liquid, otherwise all are solid. Understand? Now this transport package only, like drum, removable head type drum is not coming, non-removable head type drum, the liquid is coming directly in contact with package. So in that case you have to put liquid, otherwise in all other cases you have to put the solid. When you are putting the solid, you see there are another things, weight.
Severity, XY.
Oh, severity. Weight is there now, severity. So severity is also important. This is a packing group actually. There are 3 types of dangerous goods. One is X, Y and Z. X means highly danger. Y means medium danger. Or Z is the lowest danger. So depending upon your chemical, you have to select X or Y or Z. If your package is going both the group, you have to select Y and Z. If you have all the 3 groups, then X, Y, Z. So when you are filling a tick mark on the Y, you see in the left side a chemical, Y chemical is appeared. So from here you can.
The weakest point of a box is its corner. Okay, then we are dropping from the corner, and what happens? Generally, I have seen the first drop, the boxes are filled in the first drop only, and the height is only 0.8. And if it is heavy high chemicals, if it is in a group of Y group or if it is a group of X, samples are being filled, then we are saying, sir, हमने तो अपने यहाँ पे खूब अच्छे से टेस्ट कर लिया, हमने खूब अच्छे से गिराया, हमारे यहाँ पे तो सैंपल नहीं फटा. But what happens when the laboratory test and give the particular angle, because we have the equipped laboratories, the particularly angle we are giving and dropping in the particular positions, and these positions, what happens? Box is found to be ruptured. So we, before sending to your samples to the IIP, taking the time limits in your mind, you have to be checked in your premises, in your laboratories. You have make your own laboratories. Try to make this one. Take the heights, because you can take more heights. If you are testing on 0.8, you test from 1 meter, like that. Then comes to the bags. The stitching area is the weakest area. We are dropping on the bag, and we are seeing from this what will be happen. The box, we are dropping from bags from the particular heights, 0.8, 1 meter, 1.8 meter. What will happen? Box is ruptured. So these are the conditions in the laboratory which I am telling you, which you have your package to pass. Next slide, please. In the case of solids, you remember, you will note it down. If you are sending the solid, these are the heights, 1.8 meter. We are taking your containers to the 1.8 height and dropping from there, from the weakest points. The chances are more to be, it may be damaged. So be careful. For the group 1, they will test from the 1.8 height. For group chemical, they will test it from 1.2 meter height. And for group 3 chemicals, they will test it from 0.8 meters. Yes. So drop test is a very important test. Next slide, please. Another thing is that the density, if the product is more than 1, then what we have to do, we are multiplying the factor. This is the take-up factor for the safety purpose. Suppose if it is density is 2.1, density 1.8, then we will not drop it from 1 meter. Then the height will be 2.5 because we are multiplying it by 1.5 also. Try to understand that if the density is varied and density is having high, so what will be happen? The drop height will be more. The chances of rupture are more. सारा ब्लेम लेबोरेटरी पे आता है बिकॉज कि सर सब कुछ हो गया, सैंपल पास क्यों होता है? बिकॉज लेबोरेटरी द फाइनल अथॉरिटी, इसके पास कुछ इसके बाद कोई अथॉरिटी नहीं है. लेबोरेटरी द फाइनल अथॉरिटी. व्हेन लेबोरेटरी सेज इट्स ओके यू कैन सेंड इट द पासिंग द टेस्ट देन सर्टिफिकेशन इशू. अगर लेबोरेटरी से भी निकल गया देन फिर तो उसको कोई चांस नहीं है, फिर तो कहीं भी कुछ भी करे उस प्रोडक्ट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी खत्म होती है. बट बिकॉज वी आर टेकिंग द टाइम्स, आपका अकाउंट डिवीजन ले, आपका लीगल ले, आपके MSDS सीट टाइम्स ले, that doesn't matter, but give the time to the laboratory. Please check if it is okay for transportation or not. Same you can see in group 2, it is multiplied by 1, and in group 3 it is multiplied by 1.67. 0.67. It is 0.67. it दिख नहीं रहा है आपको.
Join hands together with the IP, will be very open. Thank you very much. Please discuss to him. I will invite you.
I can
Please
support
visit.
for the total development of the total website, because some of the gaps also I found whatever we were talking about just before, how to select the product.
Okay.
That kind of particular facility we can provide, and it can be the total user friendly. Because I have the person who supported for the total LG 28 countries establishment for the GRP, ERP, all kind of products I know very well. And the geo implementation all over India, whatever the dashboards and all, those are my baby. So I'm into that particular profession.
Anything? Anyone? We'll be in touch.
Yeah, sure.
And please visit IP so that we can give you the solution. And we can have a better, because in initial since morning when I was talking what we are doing, actually what we have done so far, but we want to make it more user friendly. Being a user, we know where is the problem. We need to upgrade or improve our whole system. We want to become more interactive and user friendly, so that every layman. And another issue you are facing after getting this, we have started this digitalization. Yeah.
सर इसमें आइटम का जो नेम है, जो बॉक्स के लिए या फाइबर बोर्ड या ड्रम के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन जो का कॉलम एक होना चाहिए था. सपोज वी हैव मोर देन 50 आइटम्स, देन वी हैव टू गो द कोड रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रिमेंबर दैट. Yes, in portal you have two options. One is registration number and second is quality का जो आपका नंबर है वो. तो I want the description name in column.
Please note down how, because ultimately we have given this service to some service provider, IT solution people. We are getting this services. So when we require, we get based on your input, we forward to the concern. So this is the what right now we are doing, but we want to better upgrade it, more user friendly. Okay, anything more? Now, being head, it's my duty to ask you open house. From my officers, how much you are getting the response, please, because ultimately we are the service provider. The customer feedback we need, and we have forwarded the feedback form. Please write, be open, we are very open. We'll take it by heart, is it? So we'll rectify and we'll improve. That's our commitment as a being a team leader of this organization. Anything more? Anything? Please, say something. Not bad, good, something.
आपको क्वेश्चन दे दो मेरे को.
वो कंप्लीट हो गया. अच्छा.
ओके.
तो
क्लोजिंग रिमार्क.
And now it is the customary to say thanks to everyone,
And of course, I thanks to all the delegates and participants, and of course, all our sponsors, A1 Packaging, Yash Packaging, Ram Packaging, and of course my team, my colleague. To take a name for each and everyone is a big task, but from core my heart, I thanks to everyone. And of course, since morning you are hearing to us, and the hall is packed, jam-packed till in the evening. It shows that how I can see in your face the impact, positive impact of this one-day conference. Looking forward for each and everyone in very soon. Similar program will continue, and we are expecting similar love and affection from all of you, and of course from our team. We are committed team, and we assure you that we'll deliver the best for you and for exporter, manufacturer, and of course for our nation. Thank you very much. Challenge. And now we have a coffee. So during the coffee,
group photograph.
Yes. We can interact, and of course you have some innovative. You can interact with the industry. Yeah. So and next time you also be the partner for our program that I request. Definitely. Thank you. Haan, ho jayega. Ajiye, please come forward for the group photo.